Hi, everyone. Is everyone ready to get lost with us? Kimmy here.
Storm here.
Charlie here. Tom here.
Okay, now we get to work on expressions. You guys ready? Charlie face.
Where's my heroin?
Oh, poor Charlie. And then Sawyer face. He's my favorite.
Rip my shirt off.
And then Jack face. You need the big
Your
dark
tastes like
pupils.
strawberries.
And Jack face.
Jack face. I'm mad at the
Puppy
world.
dog look. Yeah. Anyways, having fun. Welcome back, guys. We're going to be watching more Lost today. We are watching episode 3 of season 3. We don't know the title, but last week's episode's title was The Glass Ballerina, which makes sense because that's the first thing we saw. And Sun, as a child, broke it. So she lied a lot, even when she was a kid. And her father tested her.
Yes, and she was given the opportunity twice from her father to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. First about I'm sure many times over the years, but what we saw was the broken ballerina. She gave an opportunity to tell the truth and she didn't. Mm-hmm. And then the second time was with Jin. She's supposed to, it's upon her to tell Jin about the affair, not him.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I know she was a child and kids get scared and they just go, no, it wasn't me. Not all the time, but a lot of times.
My imaginary friend.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't me, I promise. But who knows how scary the father is. Tom. I know. I love our stories, like what you would do. Although we were always very good.
What are you talking about?
But that was a funny moment too. There was something silly I mentioned before on the channel that when we were really young, I forget what we argued about, but you were mad at me and you went up to Mom's nightstand and he carved in, Dawn did this. And then he told Mom, and then Mom looked at it and then looked at Tom and yelled, Tom! And I looked at it and said, you idiot, you really think I'm going to say Dawn did this?
I thought
carving that into the nightstand.
It was a good time.
I know people do, like kids, they do things when they're spiteful or angry, but that was like the worst that we've ever done and whatever. But anyways, like
guys are so good.
So that's a funny moment though that really stands out. But Sun, like when her father said to her, the maid's going to be fired, so tell the truth or your consequences, like this is going to be your consequence of someone getting hurt by you. And she didn't care. She was like, no, I'm sticking by it.
You think he actually did fire her or what?
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, he got mad, and I totally believe that he knew she was lying.
Yes.
But just to show her, which sucks for the maid, because she was probably really good at her job, and it wasn't her fault to begin with. So that also, I assume it had happened a lot throughout her life. And the father seems like he's a terrible person anyways, because he is part of some kind of mafia organization, something. And he kills people. He has people killed for him. So who knows how ruthless he was to Sun all these years. So for her to be like that, like she was scared right away. Yeah, she was scared right away when he came in, and she was quiet and
she knows he's tough and he does,
so
tough
she
things.
means what he says.
So he probably made her that way too.
And it's sad because the poor maid, it's not only losing a job, he would probably give her a good recommendation. Otherwise, like to work for him is probably this high stature of, just like Jin when he first started working for him, it was like the best of the best. And now, you're going to be done for, you're not going to get a good job going forward. And Sun's, actions are really hurting her. And now,
I don't think she learned from that lesson though either.
She didn't. Now, that consequence of not, of having an affair, that is hurting her now.
Yeah.
And her lover died from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that child might be, his.
That's right.
That is crazy. And jumping out to the present, here Sun jumps off the boat. I really thought she got shot. I was so positive she did. Like, I haven't looked back at the other episode again, but I am happy she didn't, because I really thought, like, oh God, not only is she pregnant and Jin and her are finally happy together, like, he finds her in the water and then she's going to die in the water with him because she's bleeding out or something from the bullet wound. But it looks like she's okay.
There's a lot of bullets flying.
There were a lot of bullets flying, and I really thought
there was, but I think she's okay. I mean,
hit.
they weren't even making it an issue when they saw each other, so
yeah,
like she wasn't like.
Yeah, she was kind of just sitting on the beach afterwards too.
So, before we get started, who do you think is going to break first? Unfortunately, I feel like someone's definitely going to break. if not all of them.
They seem to be going after Jack pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
he's
think
the leader.
Jack will break first.
I feel like he will at this point because but he is so stubborn too, so maybe not. I really like Jack, but I just don't have a lot of faith in him. It's just terrible to say that, but
see, I would say Sawyer,
he's just too on the cuff of everything.
It's gonna be Katie.
You think it's gonna be Kate? Because I don't think, as much as I want to say Sawyer, because he's kind of a bimbo at some points, but
I love him.
he's been kind of doing that his entire life. Mm-hmm. So I think he does that to let their guards down.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what he's waiting for. I think that's what he's playing on. But they heard him say it, so.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times when he's joking around, he really is trying to diffuse a tough situation. If you think about it, he really tries to make light of a bad situation, and
he does.
Tries to goof around where he acts like he's not serious. But I think after all this time of trying to get to know the character, you see that he's trying to diffuse it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's sarcastic at heart, but I think he tries to make other people feel better, like Kate.
I think so too.
When they're in the cell together and separate.
Now, do you think that kiss that they shared was legit, or do you think he used it as a distraction?
Legit. I think he thought he was going to die there, and he was just upset seeing her in so much pain, and it's hard for him to express feelings, and it was bottled up so long, and it was tormenting him, that he just wanted to show his feelings before he went out, because then he rebelled and fought and he wasn't even sure if he was going to grab a gun. Like, who knows what's going to happen. So I think he thought he was done, and he was going to, that was his last attempt to try to save her, and I think it was
I don't think
legit.
he thought he was done. I thought he just saw an opening and went for it.
He couldn't take it anymore, and he just did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think
maybe
he could have used that as a distraction to get them to come in after him. And
he could have, and he did get a lot of intel on doing that. He realized that who's stronger, who's not stronger, who's really will use a gun, who won't. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, these guys, they should really think it through and say, hey, they're monitoring us and all, It's not saying anything.
Well, see, I don't think they realize about the monitoring station.
Yeah, they don't know about it. They don't know what Jack is.
But Sawyer, by doing that though, he knew that out of all the guys there, there's two of them that he's worried about.
Mm-hmm. So it's in her face, honestly. You're right, because thinking about it, he was saying that, so he did that as a test. Like, he didn't think he was going to die. Like, you're right, it probably was. I think it was both. Like, he wanted to get his feelings out. It was a distraction as well, because he wanted to see what they were up against, so that way they can start planning, and then they were discussing that in the cages. So, yeah, that would make sense. That I think it was more of a plan, but he also did it out of true feelings as well. He got both.
He'll never admit to either one, but...
I know. Yeah. Whew, so shall we get into this one, guys?
Let's
do it. So, episode 3, and we're watching on Amazon. Don't look at the title. He's alive. I hope Eko's alive too. He's outside.
Hmm.
How did he get outside? The whole thing demolished. Is he alive? Is that Desmond?
You can't talk.
Looks like it's Desmond. Uh-oh. Something above?
Someone gave him that club. Is that freaking Eko's?
Is that? Yeah, that's the scriptures in.
Don't tell me he's in the
tree.
Where's
Eko? What's he doing?
Yeah, I know. You're smiling. You just walked away from the whole thing.
Oh, he's going to help him with the church.
What? You can't see. You really can't talk.
You can't talk.
What? You can't speak, John? You're mute?
Yes, you can hear.
You need to speak to the sand.
Island.
Trees. Yeah, I've heard they're wonderful conversationalists. Hey.
Right in the sand.
I know, he's so sarcastic. Like, he really can't speak.
Island. Island.
Good.
There you go.
I need your help.
Write smaller. There's not that much paper.
I know. He just uses the whole
Don't
page for that.
You only got one Sharpie.
Tiny, one line.
The sodding hell is a sweat lodge.
Or you must have a vision or something?
Come on, hop in, come on.
He has kind of a face like Jesse Pinkman a little bit.
I was thinking the same darn thing.
Science, bitch.
Hey, look at that. The rain is passing.
Uh-oh. He's on the run. He's going to take something from you, John.
When you rob a bank?
Did you?
Afraid so.
You both please step out of the vehicle.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Now
The transaction logs and the paperwork for all of them's in the red notebook right there in that duffel.
You might try to sneak
Yeah, maybe he did do something.
Uncle?
Oh, I like the
grinning
indoor
and smiling.
fireplace. It's very snazzy. Yeah, I know, I get it. You're gonna go in your little magic hut and I'm gonna stand out here in case you devolve into a monkey.
Why is he saying these things?
Probably to moisten his throat. I don't know.
Don't come in though. Why would you say that?
He's probably gonna see or hear weird things and doesn't want them snapping him out of it.
Get
To
the
even
steam
know
going.
how to make that to hallucinate. It's very knowledgeable. It's a cool little hut. Oh, that's freaky.
Yeah, Boone. That's right, because he did that concoction for Boone.
That's scary.
Come on. I want to show you something.
See the
Hey, Miss
spirit
Boone.
guide.
I know. Oh no. Because you lost faith in me, so now I'm gonna.
His worst fear is coming back.
Not them, they'll be fine. For a while.
For a while. God! Of course you're gonna say that.
I think Saeed's got it.
Next, please.
Desmond, ladies' man.
He's helping himself.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Clean up your own mess.
Echo.
You have to clean up your own mess. Clean up your own mess.
Huh.
Clean up your own mess.
Like, which one do you choose?
Yes.
Come up here, John.
Oh,
Clean
is
it up,
it
John.
Echo?
Echoes.
They've got him. You don't have much time.
You guys didn't see that?
John.
I saw it.
Did you see it, Kim?
It was like a tiger or something,
It's
or
a
some kind
wolf.
of cat.
What are you doing?
I'm going to save Mr. Echo's life.
Oh, see, Nate, it's not important to say.
He killed a polar bear.
God, it's like you really think he's gonna be alive if he got dragged away from a polar bear.
Well, I'll take my chances.
You don't want to go with me, Charlie. Bad things happen to people who hang around with me.
Oh, and like this guy, something bad's gonna happen to this guy.
This was supposed to be after his father.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after
The engagement and stuff.
yeah,
Or tried to.
or the proposal.
Was that the hatch?
It's left out.
Oh! How'd you get out?
Imploded.
I know, it was like, it's not a lot.
Maybe it was the polar bears.
Yeah, they help you. Who's that? Boar? Big claw mark.
If you want to say polar bear, you can just say it.
All right. Polar bear.
And here
I
he
know,
is.
I'd be grabbing sticks.
Wow.
Charlie! Yep.
Oh,
You already have an active kill, leave him alone.
no,
Oh no, who's
is that
that?
Echo?
Oh my god!
Carl!
On that dude behind the hatch, Henry, he was there. He's like their leader.
Yeah, so you were really wrong, John.
Bear?
Great.
What bear?
I wouldn't want to be by myself. Don't say what bear, it's gonna be like surprise.
No, I always feel like he's okay. Everyone around him is.
Polar bears are meant to be quite clever. They're like the Einsteins of the bear community.
Yeah, let's go in there.
Is that Echo? There's something in there.
Yeah, make noises or something. Don't go in there.
Maybe they need a hand with that fertilizer.
No, they're okay. They're okay. Come on, we got orchard
That's where the
duty.
pot is.
Yeah.
And I want it.
In on what?
Whatever you guys are trying to blow up.
Doomsday Preppers or something?
It's not blowing up, but it might be drugs, like you said. Yeah,
Well,
don't
if
be
it all
stubborn.
goes
You
to
stay out,
plan,
Charlie.
We probably won't even see the bear, will we?
And hopefully he won't smell us.
I mean, Charlie, pick up a stick. Come on. He's gonna see the polar bear run out, and he's gonna go, oh, I don't know what to do.
I should have grabbed a stick. Can I have the burning stick?
Who dat?
Who's there?
Are you alone, brother?
Oh, it's-
Yeah.
He's naked.
oh my god.
Whoa, dude.
I woke up in the jungle like this.
I know, why is he naked?
So, like, the hatch blew off your underwear.
Fine.
Perfect.
It's better than nothing.
lots of hiding in there.
Yeah. Sound like metal.
Good.
It's almost like the others with the guard in front of the door.
Go on in.
Big compound.
Which bag?
The one with the
Cash.
money in it.
What about the
Pot.
There's the pot.
You idiot.
John, your friend's a cop. You know how much jail time we'd get for this much weed?
Nice picture, huh?
Mike, that's impossible.
Played you for a sucker.
Oh my
Now
god.
it's over.
What? Wow. Ooh, all these bones. Like he took a lot of humans. Holy crap. Oh my god. Ooh, fresh.
Echo!
No! No, don't
Save his
pull
life,
on
save
him.
his life.
Stab the bear.
Fire and hairspray.
Uncle Buckham, come on.
Big polar bear.
He's alive.
All his limbs.
Charlie, we gotta get out of here. Turn to key. You mean like a key? Key?
It's a long shirt, that's good.
Fail-safe key. That seems kind of convenient. You didn't implode?
Miraculously.
You're not gonna, like, turn into the Hulk or something.
Now that we've survived this suicide mission, you want to tell me what you saw?
What I saw?
Thank God Echo can walk.
The spirit tent.
Taking him hunting. Oh, how perfect is this? Like, oh, whoops, accident.
He knows how to use
Oh
the
dear,
gun too.
Nope.
No, he's gonna shoot you.
Oh, no.
Don't.
Oh, no. This is so sad. Are you kidding me?
He's gonna say, don't do it.
They? John? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't load that one.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if he wasn't a cop?
Lower the gun, John.
This is
Okay.
insane.
This isn't personal.
What's not personal?
You're a
Did
good
these guys ever watch shows?
You're a farmer.
You're not a hunter. Oh.
Not a
you're
farmer.
I'm a hunter.
They already got you. They already know. The cops already know.
Oh,
honey.
my God.
Don't.
He's gonna do it.
He's not gonna, hopefully.
He's gonna do it.
No.
No, he put that gun down.
I'll go. You stay here.
I don't know, Charlie. Don't leave.
You got barely a scratch, kid.
Tom.
You are a hunter.
Crazy. He said
He
that.
knew that.
He seems kind of out of body right now. Who's the island talking
Please
to
don't let
again?
him go. Just for his ears.
Not a bad speech.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Desmond said.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Just got hit with,
Deja vu.
you know, deja vu.
Yeah, that's so weird. Why did he say that?
I like how Desmond still doesn't look for underwear yet.
I know. He's just throwing rocks.
He's like, I'm good.
Free balling.
Feels so free.
Man.
So cool. But why? Wow. Okay, so why did he have that vision that Locke already did that speech, and for Desmond to even act like it was nothing when Hurley asked questions and he was just like, oh yeah, never mind, it's just me. Like he just acted like, oh, this wasn't the time to really tell you, just kidding or something. It wasn't like he actually got confused and didn't realize. I feel like he was trying to be like, oh crap, I said too much, let me hide it. Right? Like how did you take that with Desmond?
Yeah, unless we missed something and he had that conversation, unless John told him something before it exploded or imploded, maybe he just has the foresight to, maybe he's also
staged.
reading the island too. Maybe he knows the island too, but he knew it was a real thing. He didn't want it to implode. He didn't want to stop pushing the button. He wanted to keep going.
He agreed with John, and then he disagreed once he started connecting the dots, and there could have been a speech there.
Chart.
And I kept thinking the same thing, like maybe there was a speech when he was kind of like delirious about it that we just didn't hear. Maybe it was off screen or something. But then I was like, watch it be something weird later. I was thinking to myself, I do spew out things. We've never seen this. Like we're all blind to it. But sometimes our predictions are correct. And I'm like, crap, like I try not to. I just get nervous, and it's just how we react. It's just genuine, guys. Sorry,
right.
But a few things I didn't say out loud. But yeah, that I kind of wonder. I'm like, I bet that's going to come to play later on. So
we
weird.
also don't know what happened between the time the hatch imploded to when they woke up. You know, maybe they woke up previously, had a conversation, and then went unconscious and forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John couldn't talk when he woke up, and Desmond was running away or walking swiftly naked, or at least above, we didn't see that he was naked, but above, he had no clothes on. So, like, what transpired and how they just don't, like, how John just doesn't say, Eko. I mean, he knew with Charlie, like, what Eko did to try to open the doors to get to the button. I mean, he knew it exploded, and he didn't say, like, let's go look for Eko right away. He needed to find himself. That was the whole purpose of this whole episode, was to find himself and to find who he truly is and who's his family, and get back to basic and listen to the island.
Mm-hmm.
He has to do it.
He probably, because he realized his mistake, that he knew the only way to find Eko, because not only does he need to save a friend, but he also did him wrong, and completely wrong in a bad way, because they were kind of on the same page sort of with the whole faith thing, and then Locke just went completely sideways with it. So I think it was a few things going through his head where he's like, in order to find Eko, I need to trust the island again and connect with the island to find him. Now, the biggest question I have, which is obvious for all of us, is the fact that here you have this bunker that was all around them, that was breaking apart and getting pulled into this magnetic field, right? And it imploded on itself. They were all fully inside there, and Desmond was way underneath, so he probably would be the hardest to get out of there and the most exposed. So how the heck did they get out? Like, did someone actually pull them out? I mean, like,
and they all survived, and they're all, like, fine. I mean, Eko's the worst one, and he was the farthest away.
I wonder if it's all staged.
I think worst one because he was pulled away by a bear, so he might have been okay. Well, he was, because he was also injured in there too. Oh God, the poor guy.
So I don't think the bear went inside and pulled him out. I'll save you.
I know, I'll save you. It's actually Super Bear. They're completely misreading the whole situation. Like, he was really injured by the blast and, the initial blast.
What if it's all staged and like I was saying before, the whole island is just a stage, and when the thing imploded, it was like it's like a flashbang grenade. It kind of knocks you unconscious, or not unconscious, but kind of
disorients you.
Yeah, it disorientates you, and this way you can, people can come in and they can move you out, get that thing to disappear. I mean, there's no evidence of it except for a crater in the ground.
Yeah.
What a shame, too, boy. That was a nice shelter, boy. That was showers to sinks to...
Again, like, why would you risk it?
Field that was there.
Yeah. I know, where did that go? Is that just all underneath there now, and it's actually really powerful but really tiny or something? Like, it doesn't have to be that huge, or I don't know. Or maybe
right, and the one that was the best off was Locke, and all he lost was his voice for a little bit. Desmond's completely naked. And I
think Desmond is... I'm starting to get a little suspicious with Desmond. Like, he's doing more than what he's supposed to be. Like, he's part of the experiment itself.
He might be. I mean, I don't think he's part of the others. They didn't even know about the boat. But maybe he is in tune with the island.
Maybe he is part of the Dharma Initiative.
Yeah, maybe.
And he has to keep things on track.
Maybe, because I know the guy that he was with, who Calvin... We knew he was from Dharma, but as far as we know, Desmond just crashed there like everybody else with the sailboat. So unless he became, one with the island over time.
Maybe. I mean,
so bizarre.
We thought initially that Desmond most likely died, like he was willing to sacrifice himself and turn the key. And I did ask that question where I'm like, well, does that actually initiate what they're trying to avoid? And just because the place was rumbling and scary when the countdown hit and they didn't punch in the numbers, I'm like, maybe it would just fizzle out and nothing would happen. And maybe Desmond actually turning the key made that whole magnetic field bright white light or something.
Well, you don't know if that vaccine that he's been pumping himself with, is actually like a mind control kind of thing. or
Yeah.
brainwashing.
I mean, look what it's already doing to Charlie. Charlie's already like a little out of it when he was going to see Claire in the beginning. You know, he was kind of like out of it, not saying anything about John or anything. He was just like,
Yeah, he's been really off since then. And
yeah.
I know he has issues with Locke, but I'm getting a little frustrated with Charlie because I like him, but like he's kind of like off in his own thing. And you have these major things happening. I mean, Eko was really injured and you were trying to help him, and yet like you're dazed and you walk away from that whole scenario not even sure if your friend's okay, and then you're just giggling and being with Claire and acting like everything's fine, and then it's like, oh, here's Locke. Oh, wait, what is he doing? Like, instead of narrating with Claire, I would have been like, you were so close with Locke, even though he did punch you and stuff. Like, I'd be concerned, like, death, your life takes over everything. Like, I wouldn't, like, that prioritizes everything. Just because we had a fight, like, if I thought you died, I'd be like, holy crap, are you okay, man? What's going on? Are you all right? Tell me what happened. And he's just like, what's going on? Like, almost like he's drugged up, and he's like, what? You know?
Well,
and
he does have the vaccine. He does have that syringe, you know, that kit that he got from that last crate drop that they got.
Yeah.
So he might be taking it. He might be, you know, him.
He
and
is. He told Claire he was, and it wasn't that bad. And I feel I have no effects that he
so maybe that is
that
something.
he noticed.
Maybe he is really delayed because of that. Because even like talking to Locke later, like, he was still upset. Yes, again, I understand that, but your friend probably died. Like, you had no clue what just happened, and you know, here he can't talk to you, and you're just mocking him for it. Like, okay, well, maybe if you thought he was joking, because I thought Charlie thought he was lying at first, and then when Locke really couldn't speak, and he kept like making digs at him, I'd be like, oh my god, you can't speak. Like, I'd be like, oh god, what happened? Are you injured? Like, you know, I would think the worst and try to like help him in some way instead of like just outwardly mock him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it's
it
weird
is.
how he's acting.
It is very strange.
So
and
I think it's something to do with that vaccine. It's got to be. I mean, between Desmond and Charlie.
Well, yeah, Desmond's been taking it for what, 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, every day, wasn't it?
So it conditions you to do certain things.
Every 9 days you have to take it or something.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be, you know, it could just be some kind of a code that he's injecting himself with. That's, you know, I can't explain the clothes. I don't know where the clothes went to, but.
I know, that's what's so weird too, because you can.
He found himself naked in the jungle.
I mean, you could think, okay, well, maybe there was a fire or something, burnt all his clothes, but then why is his skin okay? Like, he has some blood in certain places, but they're not like burns, and why are his clothes missing? Maybe when he escaped, I'm thinking all three of them had to escape on their own somehow, and then they passed out during the whole.
Watch the Hash come back to life again, just be normal.
I know, like, it never really happened. It's
reset.
There. They wheel it away, lift it out of the ground, and it away. Just add this extra clump of metal to act like it imploded or something. I don't know, but it's insane.
Cardboard.
Well, thank God Eko's alive.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and they can get, you know, have some conversation and try to, you know, build back
still
up
unconscious
together.
though, right?
Yeah.
And he spoke those few words, and I guess that was the island speaking through Eko.
Yeah, I think that's just a vision. I don't think that was
Hunter.
actually him speaking.
It wasn't a real thing,
Yeah, probably a vision only. I'm going to say I think it was Eko speaking, but it was the island speaking for him.
Yes.
But sometimes
and then you just shut down just for Locke's ears only.
Yeah, it makes Charlie think he's crazy.
So we think about that cop.
I feel terrible.
I know. And so he
There's
lived
got to
on
be
a
more to that.
compound with these people, and all they were doing was they were just making pot. They were just pot growers, and
big time pot growers.
They had a good thing going until John brought in this cop that he had no idea. I was actually like thinking the kid was shady, you know. He just seemed a little too
I know.
Like, I thought he was gonna like grab the guns and go nuts or something.
Yeah.
See, and that also makes Locke really unstable because he has trust issues already, and then this guy comes in that he really, because he full on trusts people. He's a caring guy. He's happy. I mean, they're doing illegal things, but now I got so scared because I really thought he was going to kill the cop because he's so done with the lying, I'm sure. And even though the cop has every right to be there and he's undercover, like he's doing his job and finding illegal activity, like you're gonna kill
ruin his,
a cop.
happiness.
Like, yeah,
they're already on to you, so don't kill him because that's even going to be more on your charge.
Yeah, why did he disappear?
They're already on him.
So I'm glad he didn't shoot him. He didn't shoot him, right? I didn't hear a gun go off. I was freaking out so bad. I really thought you could see the emotion in his eyes. Like it was so hard for him. He is a good person, but to be able to go that far to protect others' businesses, that's like illegal.
Just to have the thought.
Just to have that thought to take care of someone, and they're like, all right, yeah, you do that. Like it's just awful. I mean, okay, it might put you under for a bit where you're not making money for a while, but it's not worth killing someone. I mean, to certain people, it might be. It's just mind-boggling, you know.
So yeah, certain people, you know, money is everything.
Now,
that's right. And for those people too, it just seems so. It seemed almost parallel to like the others, where everyone's together and they're working for this, you know, mystery thing, you know, behind those doors, and they've got a guard outside the door. It was almost like mirrored to what Michael saw when he first went to the others, the huts and all that, and. Okay, what are they guarding? What are they doing?
Maybe we'll start seeing those faces with the others or something. Who knows? And guys, thank you again for always like telling us when we're supposed to recognize people, because now I'm like paranoid and I'm like, all right, who are we supposed to recognize? And we try to watch this every week. It comes out every week on the channel, but sometimes we try to watch episodes back to back when we can. So I don't know why, but like I think we're really good on catching certain things, and other times we're oblivious. And I wasn't sure if we were supposed to recognize that. The woman, what was her name, Jane or something?
I don't know. She just seems like the woman that was Kate's mom.
I don't think it was the same person, but maybe, I don't know.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I know, because now I'm like, is it? Am I supposed to?
I don't know.
I don't know. You'll let us know. So thank you, guys. We don't look up anything because we just don't want to have any spoilers of so-and-so dies or whatever. But yeah, I'm glad Locke didn't kill that cop, and I am happy he does have faith in the island again. Yes. I like him in that state. And hopefully that's a good thing.
And I think Locke, he learned a lot of survival skills through that compound that he was on. Mm-hmm. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Sweat Lodge, and he learned a lot of.
That's why he wanted to go on that hunting trip.
That's right. He's very skilled. He wants to be a hunter now. He wants to be, and he is.
Did they ever mention as to how he got in a wheelchair?
I was actually, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking we were going to see it in this one. I thought he was going to get into an accident with that kid, and I was like, oh, this is how he gets into the wheelchair afterwards. But no, I don't think so. I don't think if they said it was a disease or something, or I don't remember.
Yes. Or how he got close to that therapist. Remember, he asked the therapist to go on the trip to Australia with her. So. Maybe we'll see that in the future. There's many seasons here, so I'm sure we'll see it.
Yeah, because we know Locke is a hunter, but because he lost himself for a while, I think it's going to be hopefully epic when he meets up with Jack, Sawyer, and Kate, and he is a true protector and can defend, bring them back, and
I think he's going to be a good leader now, and I think he's going to take control and really get them back. I'm hoping. I really hope he gets together with Sayid and Jin. I mean, they're going to be great together, hopefully.
When Locke had that vision and he was in the airport with Boone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that whole vision.
Was that strictly a vision, or was that like what actually happened at the airport back?
That was a vision.
That was a vision because they were all doing jobs that they weren't doing before. Because even Claire and Charlie
were
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was punching in the numbers in the computer, and then you had Claire and Charlie together with a baby. She already had the baby.
Well, I was curious if Ben was already, watching them from the beginning, like at the airport or something. But
if
he was literally screaming Jack.
He said he was always on the island. If he is telling the truth there, which I think he is, so I don't think he was actually there. I think it was just combining everything and just giving the island Locke clues on what to look for. And I got nervous for Charlie in this episode, thinking the polar bear was going to take him out. But once Boone told him, don't worry about them, they're fine for a while, because we can't think they're safe the whole time. So
right, and I was kind of happy to hear that, like, with Kate and Sawyer. He's like, no, they'll be fine, for a while. But
this is a season 5. I mean, for a while.
He goes, oh, don't worry about Hurley. So it kind of makes you feel that is true for how
False
we
sense
feel
of
right now,
security.
I think he's going to be fine, but things around him aren't going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know, Hurley just has that black cloud around him, not on him, even though he thinks that he's bad luck. I
He
think
was still
everything
punching on
around.
his numbers too, even in the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And so when Locke was going through that cave and he stepped on that dump truck toy, like, what do you think that means?
Maybe it's one of the kids. Maybe they got one of the kid. Maybe the polar bear got one of the kids from the plane. Another, just a victim.
But if they had those
Grabbed
polar
a
bears in
kid
cages,
with
why would
toy.
did they release them, like purposefully, or did they get out?
I'm hoping they just got out and they didn't like
wouldn't
release them to, innocent people. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering that dump truck will have some meaning that we haven't seen yet to do with Locke, because here he keeps having these visions. Poor Tom's tired. I'm sorry. Are you yawning? You're so amazing. No, you were so cool for doing this. Thank you, Tom. But when Locke was walking through the cave, he steps on the dump truck toy and he keeps seeing visions of things. Like, he was told by the island to go into that cave to find Eko, right? So I feel like that's going to come into play in a flashback or something that happened in his past.
It could be. I mean, he worked at a toy store when he
worked at a toy
met his
store.
mom, so that could be to play later on.
Or maybe help
Or
them
it could be
revisit that
just a
cave.
poor kid that the polar bear grabbed and he was just still holding on to his toy.
Yeah. And maybe I'm overthinking this part too, but polar bears, like, whenever a predator is going after prey, they don't usually store it for later and just walk away with no kill or no, like,
Almost the island tells you.
I know,
Unless
unless
the
it, like,
island
partially eaten or something, but it attacked the boar. So there might be a lot more bear than we realize, because maybe that was a different bear that was chasing them before. Because why would it just leave the boar there and take off, unless it got spooked for some reason and then was like, hey, more prey, okay, I'll go after them.
Did we see more than 2 cages at the others?
Well, we had Kate and
compound?
Sawyer in different
Was
cages.
that the only 2 that we saw, though?
There could be
remember seeing
more.
any
That's the main ones I remember seeing.
There could
I
be
would
more.
assume there would be
could have
more
been
if
a
it's a
third.
zoo.
Yeah.
If you think there's an aquarium there, I doubt they just have 2 cages for bear and that's it. I mean, I'm assuming. But there could be a lot of bear. Why would it leave its kill? Because normal predator behavior is they go eat their kill. I mean, they can get distracted and defend it or something, but I mean, I guess some creatures, well, in dinosaur movies, like they'll go after others, like, ooh, yeah, let's go after this too, and not actually eat the kill. But most times, like lions, hyenas, like, they defend, they eat their kill right then and there. Leopards will put it up in a tree for later or something, but they'll eat what they can because it's survival of the fittest and you got to do it now. Like, they don't have time, otherwise something's going to steal it later on. So anywho, to actually pull Eko in to this cave, and he has blood all over him, but he's not missing limbs, thank goodness. He doesn't have gouges in his flesh.
But maybe it knew that he wasn't going to go anywhere, so they'll just get him later.
Yeah, and
I'm
the
thinking
only
maybe it's
other
like a
thing
stage.
is if there's cubs, because that's the only other time where predators will actually not eat the prey. They'll drag it over and let their cubs do whatever. So I'm glad Eko's okay, but I feel like that's all part of the island too. Almost connecting with the bears, telling them not to, just pull them over here and don't feast on them or anything. Just pull them in there and that's it. Because that's a long time.
And it's just part of the overall mystery of this island, and it's just giving this hunting expo for John to get Eko, just this way of just really using all his senses to get Eko with the hairspray and the fire and, just using all he can to get Eko. Maybe it's just like a metaphor kind of thing.
It's actually
but
good
Charlie
idea
saw
with the
it
hairspray
too.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie, man, again, like being dazed or whatever. I mean, I am not at all a hunter, I don't think, but like I think I would prepare myself. Like, oh, there's a fresh kill there too. Not only are you looking for someone who's probably pulled away from a bear, that Locke is assuming is what happens, and Charlie knows this, right? They find a freaking fresh kill. Oh, there's a huge freaking claw mark in it. Okay, well, polar bear, some kind of bear was here, and not even picking up a stick. It's probably not going to do much, but it's better than being like not having any defense whatsoever.
I know, just sitting around. La, la, la.
I know. I would be like sharpening up a stick or something. Have a few of them. Like I'm going down with
like
a fight.
Bat or something. Yeah, something just.
I don't know. I
Anything.
could pull a lot of
Yeah,
branches
rock.
down. Yeah, tie a rock to the end of a stick. I mean,
And then just to leave
things.
Hurley, well, you just keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna do this. Oh, by the way, we just got.
It just shows you how
polar bear.
how separated they all are. Like they care about each other to a certain extent, but they're so focused on their own thing that it's like, well, you
Yes,
gotta do
their
that,
own
I gotta
path,
do this,
yeah.
and they did have to find Eko because he was dying and still probably is. I hope he's gonna be okay. But
I really hope
so
he
I
is,
get
but
like that.
Thank
when
God
it's
he
split
can
off.
walk, because those two guys. I mean, John's strong, but he's been through a lot. He just went through the blast.
Was he walking
And
or were they
Charlie-
dragging him?
They were dragging him, but he was kind of walking, kind of helping him. He's a big guy.
Was he walking?
Yeah.
He was walking just a little.
Yeah.
He was kind of
taking the weight off him or something.
Yeah.
He's got to though, because
He's a
that
big
was
guy
a long
and
way
he's
to drag
really
him
muscular.
back to the
Like
beach.
that's a lot of weight. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's too much for Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlie's a lot shorter than Locke, so I mean.
I know he was
the
kind of
balance
like
is probably-
almost holding on to Eko, like he was pulling them all
I'm
down.
pretending.
Yeah, because he's like,
Can
I'm
I
so
help
little.
you? But can you help me help you?
I was a hobbit in another life, you know.
That's true, he was.
Yeah, I love him in Lord of the Rings. But anywho, I enjoy this show, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too.
They're gonna
I'm so
stay
glad
lost.
they're all alive.
You're always going to stay lost.
For
But
now.
it is fun, though, because I thought it might get frustrating over time to be like, what the heck is going on? But it keeps you guessing. It's very interesting.
Well, you got
and
to
they
pay
keep it
attention
fresh.
to.
You have to really pay attention.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of things that we miss. Like, we really do get into the story a lot, but it's usually the faces for some reason that, I don't know if we just get so freaked out sometimes that we just kind of block it and then we don't really recognize certain people. But no, it's like incredible. It's a really good story, and I really love the character development, just learning more and more about them and them getting challenged in the now with the past. You know, it's just crazy to see that. So hopefully Charlie will be okay, because Locke is afraid to have people around him because he always hurts people. And that's like his biggest thing right now.
Yes, and I'm really hoping that Eko will, be okay, be saved. The island talking through Eko to tell John, you will find them, you will help them, you will protect them. But he didn't say anything about himself. It's in Eko, it's never about him. It's about, doing the
Sacrifices
greater
will be
good.
made.
I know.
But I just hope it's not just something that he's going to say, not the island saying, like foreshadowing something, wrong going to happen to Eko.
I know. I thought when he said those words and then Charlie came back for a second, I thought Eko died then. I thought maybe that was his
dying right at
purpose. Yeah, that Locke was getting tested by the island to risk his life with the polar bear, to know that the island was telling the truth, to find
That
Eko,
would've
for
sucked.
Eko just to say those words, because that's what the island communicates, It's to show you trust. You have to put trust in me and do these things for me, and then have him die because he just told you the message that you needed to move on and save Jack and people. And I'm just like, so I'm happy he's still doing okay. Fingers crossed. Until next time, guys, love you so much. Please subscribe. Check out our links below if you want to see full reactions, videos early, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.